Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order at 9:33, this July 2nd, 2026 meeting of the Housing Authority of Travis County to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Chair Getchie,
Present?
Commissioner Roberts,
Present.
Commissioner Keen,
Present.
Commissioner Free,
Present.
Commissioner Blevins not here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Has anyone signed up to meet, to speak with us through our public forum, citizens communication?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Next up is the consent agenda, which only includes approval of the minutes of the June 4th, 2026 regular meeting.
So move.
I'll second.
You got 2 seconds.
I was right at the
You
same
got
time.
double seconds.
I'll give that one to you, Jen.
Oh, sure.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions? And the consent agenda is passed by unanimous voice vote. Moving on to discussion items, and we start at the rental assistance pilot program update.
Yes. Brenda will be providing an update for us. Thank you, Brenda. We're going to ask Ms. Fareed to provide some context also.
Good morning.
Good morning. We had a very good discussion, a meeting last week on Thursday afternoon with several stakeholders, including individuals from Carlton, Basta Foundation Communities, and Strategic Housing Finance Corporation. The discussion focused on the program design and the eligibility best practices. I thought it was a really good conversation. We came up with next steps, and those next steps are I'm drafting the policy and the program overview, the applications to send over to everybody who is part of the meeting for them to review and provide feedback. That is what I have, Patrick.
Yeah, and if you wanted to share.
I think that's a pretty good recap. One additional thing is that just the context in which we decided to do this was to engage community and get community feedback on the policy so that there is input and there is also feedback as to what's best practices. And I think Bren and Patrick were really strategic about who they engaged in terms of community foundations. They manage like 6,000 units with over 10,000 individuals living in those units, so they've been doing this for a while, and they certainly contributed to the conversation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we come up with, and then we can discuss it and decide what's best for us. And we also we're trying to engage more with Basta as a community partner around the work we're doing with tenants.
It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the timeline for drafting policy review, just in general? I'm not going to hold you to it, but like, what are we looking
So
at?
for that, send it to the stakeholders to provide feedback, hopefully by the end of this month.
Okay.
You're moving pretty fast.
Yeah. No, I like to see it. Any other questions on this update? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brings us to our CEO Executive Director's report.
Yeah, we'll start with Christina.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Slightly delayed.
Okay. Yes, so we're still in the middle of our software migration. We had a little bit of a hiccup that we're working with IT, so it's going to be pushed back a little bit. We're anticipating in August, first of the month, live, but I think that's going to be pushed back to probably September. So we're still on that. We are working on our annual plan, the MTW supplement. Those all go together. We will be posting that for public comment and feedback in August for a 45-day comment period.
Christina, can I say something about that?
Yeah.
So, because typically housing authorities have a annual plan that is inclusive of their housing inventory in addition to their voucher programs, but because we have we converted to PBRA, the plan essentially is HCV only plan. So that's why Christina takes the lead in this case for the plan. So we're still required to do such. So as you know, last year we submitted the 5-year plan, and then for the next 4 years, we'll be submitting just the annual plan, so.
And the annual plan is just like a progress report of where we are with our mission and goals. So we are almost done with that. And then we are closing out our grant, or we just closed out our grant 6:30. As you know, we got the new NOFO starting 7/1, the new grant starting 7/1. But there's still some closeout procedures that we have to follow with the annual performance report due in September. And then I do want to make something note to you all. So I spoke about the NOFO coming out for the new COC. Right now, we're in the middle of our competition. So I'm working on the grant application to be submitted by July 15th. I had mentioned that the community is still going to allow us to keep our target population of mental illness. We sat through some meetings, and the community as a whole, so our collaborative applicant, their priorities have shifted a little bit in this NOFO, as we're anticipating that this NOFO is going to carry on for a couple of years, the way it's structured. While mental illness is still okay, it's the lowest priority for our community. So we will be changing our grant target population to serve the elderly with a disability, regardless if it's mental or disability. I think it does open us up a little bit, and it does reach that vulnerable population, but it puts us in that pool to be able to get this money and keep it. We are working on transitioning some clients out, which is going to be roughly about 20 to 25 clients that will be transitioning out of the COC program. And then just depending on where we are with funding, whether we keep that level of 50 or so, or we reduce our number of people that we serve, we just don't know that question yet, because it all depends on the funding that we're going to get. So I do want to make you aware that we are changing our target population to elderly and physical disability. Any questions on that?
No. Madam Chair, may I ask a question?
Of course.
The kids that are transitioning out of the age limit for
Foster?
Foster care?
what?
Foster?
Yes. What are we doing for that?
We have 72 vouchers that are assigned for a family unification program. Part of that is the youth that are transitioning 18 to 24. And we just received 5 new referrals last month, and we're going to be taking 5 more referrals until we meet that capacity, which right now we have about 40 vouchers available in that for the
Okay.
foster youth and family unification families.
Okay.
Any other
Thank you.
questions on that?
Yeah, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Actually, I have 2.
Yes.
So the first one is, in terms of the funding that we're applying for, we're not applying for it alone. We're applying for it in a coalition
Yeah.
of different providers. And what portion do we get if this grant gets approved?
We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a competition, so we won't know until, I think, August or September.
No, I'm saying like what portion, since we're working in a coalition, is there an agreed upon portion
No,
that comes
Not
to
an
us?
agreed upon, so some of
Okay.
us will not get funded.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. And
This
then
is
the-
why we're changing the population, so we can still be in that pool of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so given that the new rules are going to remove mental disability as a disability,
They're not going to remove it anymore,
oh,
but it is not a priority for the community.
Okay.
So the community meets with a group of independent review team and things like that, and the leadership council, and they decide as a community what the priorities are going to be and how they're going to fund the entire community out of the 12 of us that are competing for this money.
okay, got it. So, but the rule in terms of services provided to people with mental disabilities has not been removed?
Not been
Like we
removed.
thought it was going to?
Correct.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm done.
And then next slide. Okay. So along the lines of closing out our continuum of care program, our social worker, Ms. Jacqueline Garcia, we wanted to highlight her efforts in the community and her resourcefulness. So she, there's, I think, up to $12,000, I think it's on the next slide, but don't change it yet. Up to $12,000 in leveraging community resources. As you can see, the highest need are going to be past due rent for some of those families that are fixed income who just cannot afford the rent even at the level that they have. So, she was very resourceful. She wanted to highlight these community partners that she works with. If you go on to the next slide, please. So there it summarizes, 19 tenants were assisted aside from the money that we get and the funding that we get, and aside from what Integral Care provides to us. So we do have to reach out to the community and find other resources. Yeah, so we wanted to highlight the efforts. Any questions on those?
How do you get the furniture and household stuff that you provide? Is it donations?
She's donated.
Okay.
We have a truck.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yes.
we have a-
We have a COC specific
Yeah,
truck
we have
where
a-
she can load it up.
That's pretty good to know.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Questions, discussion? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is our affordable housing programs.
Yes, so Carlos will be taking the lead. I think Veronica is going to be participating from afar. And we have Ashley here also.
Morning.
Morning.
Ashley, I don't think you've actually been here since our new board member has joined
think
us.
so.
Maybe if you could introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Ashley Shelite, VP of Operations with Carlton Living. So I oversee all the properties, operations.
Happy to have you, Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley's here. She'll be presenting through the slides, so she'll be giving you a brief update on the slides as we go. And I'll be providing a quick update as well on the projects themselves as we go property by property.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We can go ahead and get started with Eastern Oaks.
Okay. Eastern Oaks, we did end the month at 97%. Currently, we did have 2 move-outs, so we're down to 93%, but both of those are leased, scheduled to move in. Delinquency was reduced to $2,900, which is great improvement. Work orders
Yeah.
were 12, all completed, with just the majority of plumbing in June.
What's the one request that's left pending?
Let's see. I don't know the specific of which one was pending, but
Is there any way we could get that information?
sure. Yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely. And Kim is on. She may be, she just wasn't able to be here this week, but she is on and she may have that information.
Yes, all the work orders are completed now because this is from May closeout.
No, good job on the reduction of past due.
Yeah, thank you. The team is working really hard. Summit Oaks, we are, current occupancy is 92, we're trending 96. We have 2 units that we're working applicants on. Delinquency, very slight increase to 11,000, very slight. We have 13 full rents out, resident portion. However, they do have payment arrangements that they're working with the residents on, which have been pretty successful. Just an update as of yesterday when I was on site, a couple of them had come in and are fulfilling their payment arrangements.
So all 13 have payment arrangements?
Not all 13, but a good portion of them do.
Okay.
And Kim may be able to provide the specifics.
Yes,
I'm
so
so sorry.
currently
I
we
misheard
have,
that. There are 13 delinquent
13
families?
full rents, and she says a good portion of them have payment plans set up, but she doesn't have an exact number.
Okay. There's a total of 16 units in Summit.
No, it's,
24.
24?
yeah. And then for work order wise, total of 41, majority of those, 34, were just our Inspire pre-inspection, which is coming up on Monday, after the holiday, so.
And you don't know what the 7 still in progress are?
7 in progress, actually, those have been completed.
Oh, okay, fantastic, thank you.
Yep, and that was the same for the other one.
Oh, it
My
had
updated
been
notes.
completed?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Alexander, 96%, we're still turning 96. We have 2 vacants, of which both of those are pre-leased. Huge improvement in delinquency here, from 30,000, we reduced it to 13,680.
That is a huge improvement.
Big improvement for Alexander.
How'd you make that
Yeah.
big jump?
The team has just been really working with the residents. Again, payment arrangements have been really successful. And then they were able to get, resources from applying with the different agencies. But yeah.
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge that's a huge reduction in
It-
delinquent, and is just what we want. We want to keep people.
Yes, absolutely. And the team does well, and our new general manager, she's been there 4 to 6 weeks maybe, Deidre. She comes from another housing authority and has trying to meet with all the residents. They've at least had meet the manager, meetings at each one of the assets. We had a low participation, but they're still working towards that. They're going to plan 2 to 3 resident events just with the on-site teams going forward to try to get some more engagement with the residents. So they're going over community policies, trying to enforce that. So I was able to visit all the properties yesterday. For the most part, they look really good. We've got some minor things that we're working on, and the teams are definitely seeing some improvement. Alexander, okay, 29 service requests, they've all been completed, and the majority of those were also from our Inspire, preparing for that, and that is on Monday as well, along with Summit.
Okay.
So fingers crossed. The next property, Carson Creek, at 94%. We're trending 100%. I was able to meet the newest applicants, residents yesterday, so they're super excited, and they should be moving in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be 100% there. Delinquency, there was a reduction to 1,500. We have 2 full rents out. They also have a payment arrangement that they're working with. This particularly had lost their job, and so we're just trying to work with them. And then service request, we had 24. With the majority, we did 16 preventive maintenance. So inspecting the units, smoke detectors, batteries, looking for leaks, etc. And we have 0 pending.
Thank you. Any questions on Carson Creek?
See, Manor 1, we are 91%, trending 91%. We have 2 vacant units. Both of those are currently in down status due to the foundation, right, Carlos? So as soon as those are completed, we'll be able to get those leased and occupied. Delinquency reduced in half. We're down to $1,588. We had a payment arrangement, and the gentleman did come in yesterday and fulfill his second payment arrangement. So good news there. Total service requests, 21. They were all completed, nothing pending. We have AC and then plumbing, which the issues there.
And is there any update on recruiting a project manager?
Yeah, we actually took a quick step back, just following proper procurement policies. And so what we did was complete an RFQ, a request for qualifications, and what I'm pending on it, the final approval, so that I can go ahead and present it online, have it up for 15 days, gather the right qualifications for this position, so that we can continue with most of the pending projects for all of the properties. Now here at Maynardtown, there is one project here that I forgot to mention here, but there is a dumpster enclosure there that we're going to be rebuilding. The permit has already been awarded to us. The contractor is actually going to begin on Monday. We're expecting to complete this within 3 weeks. It will land roughly, give or take, on the 27th of July that will be completed. There is a license and maintenance agreement for the landscaping that we're still pending. There was a few items that the city of Maynard requested from us. It's on the ball's on their court. All I'm waiting for is the final approval. Once we get that, the landscapers can continue with their landscaping improvements over at Maynardtown as well.
Thank you for the update.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm just curious, how do you bring down the delinquencies in 4 months? I mean, I remember in the last meeting, right? Mm-hmm. So what exactly do you attribute that to? Is it Deidre, the new person that you hired for managing these properties?
Well, in a portion of those, we went through the gross rent change, and so we had ledger adjustments with residents. Some had fallen off the program. We were able to get them back on, which that was huge success, and I don't know the exact number. I want to say 4 or 5. but they'd fallen off the program. We were able to get them back on, and so then the subsidy was able to kick in, and it reduced their portion of the rent.
Got it.
So that, and then, we've had, all the properties have been fully staffed for the most part. We've applied additional support from our compliance team and operations that have come down to, just work with the residents and assist with the team. So it's been a collaborative effort, truly.
Great, thank you. Appreciate
So
it.
will this be a continuous effort, or this is just a one-time?
No,
get
no,
back?
no, no, 100%. We had a manager there that joined us and was here for about 6 or 7 months. And, we just really kind of took a hit from that point. But no, our operations team and compliance are very involved. And we saw the need that we needed to provide additional assistance. So wherever that need is, we deploy our folks. So we have a full roving team that is on the corporate level. Whenever we have an operational gap or a compliance gap, we're able to deploy those to our properties, which, was very successful over the past few months.
I also did want to provide, I have a couple of items here for you. I think maybe Arlene has them that I wanted to provide to you guys. I think last month you guys had asked for maybe a diagram or a way for us to show you the eviction process, right? I think you guys might have it in front of you.
We do.
This is something that we're going to be following through for the entire portfolio, not just one, giving you guys an additional background on what it truly looks like going through the entire eviction process.
Carlos, was Veronica online to go through that, or was it?
Yeah, Veronica is online, but if you
Thank
guys
you.
have any questions, I can definitely answer them for you, and if not, of course, Veronica, again, she's online.
I know this is probably described in the lease, but do folks get a chart like this when they sign their lease?
No, they do not get a chart like this. It's not outlined. Now, this chart here, it's not pertaining to every single property, but we're going to do it for the entire portfolio. One of the properties does require an additional 10-day notice to be served prior to us giving those 30-day notice to cure. And so what we're doing is just implementing it throughout the entire portfolio instead, providing everyone the exact same 10-day notice, giving them, let's say, roughly give or take 43 days before even considering filing an eviction, rather.
Yeah.
We do a plan to address that to be resident facing and have that as part of the onboarding process. And we're working on getting all the onboarding checklist from Carlton. So that'll be a supplement in that packet. I just want to make sure that it's flushed out. It's still in draft mode. So I just want to make sure I have the accurate steps and everybody's looked at it. And I plan to have another community stakeholder look at it just to make sure that everything is in compliance. It was reviewed by our tenant attorney. And the one thing is I do want to echo what Carlos said, is that we're taking the most stringent requirements and applying them to all of our properties, even though they might not be applicable. So those things are, and a lot of the legislation related to evictions is evolving. So I'm monitoring that, and things could change at the federal level, and they have changed at the state level. So I'm monitoring that just to see how it impacts our residents. But our goal is to be more resident facing anyway. So I think if we enforce this policy, I think we have to implement policies at a level in which it's palatable to our community. Within this, we haven't done any evictions in 2 years, so we want to implement this so it's embraced by everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm just thinking out loud, if we decide to move forward with the tenants policy that we were discussing, would we add that as an addendum to the lease? And then while we're onboarding new tenants, whether it's Basta or someone else, there's going to be some sort of orientation that goes over the lease, which includes the regulation, the current up-to-date regulation, as well as our policy around tenants' protections.
Yes, all of this information is from our current policies anyways. None of this is new information. But there is what you mentioned is the resident protection policy, and I'm looking at that and how it, but I want to make sure when we implement that, there's nothing that contradicts our current policies, or if we need to update current policies, how they all intertwine. So all of that would be looked at as a package and presented obviously you all would look at it, we would present it to the resident, or to the community, that we'd present it to the residents, so it'd be staged. But everything right now within that eviction process is within our current policies.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think the common theme here is I think that the onboarding process needs to be more comprehensive and more thorough, and obviously the goal is everyone, on everyone's part, to be able to figure out how we best set folks up for success. So we obviously want to look at every aspect of how we approach that, obviously from the information that we provide to how it's being conveyed and how we reinforce that through our meetings and through our correspondence. So we'll definitely be continually focus on doing such.
I went on a tour, by the way. I just want to thank you guys. Most of them, you're right. I'd like to move in there myself, but thank you.
Drop your income a little bit, we can move you in.
There you go. Summit, Alexander, and Eastern, really nice.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion on this? Thank you for putting this together so quickly.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah.
I think Maynard Sanchez. Yep.
And the last property, Maynardtown 2, we're 100% occupied. We have one unit on notice that they're working the applications, and delinquency was reduced to $2,200. And we had 4 service requests, 0 pending, all completed, and the majority was electrical lighting.
Is that going back, is that Carlson Creek or which one is that?
This,
That's $30,000. You know which one that was?
Alexander, I think?
Alexander, which one was it? Is that, which one is it?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I think he's asking about Alexander Oaks.
$30,000 in delinquency.
That was
Oh,
Alexander.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the timetable of working that down?
From the
With all
13,000.
the things that you're doing now? Do you have an estimated timetable?
And forgive me, I don't have the actual breakdown of the residents, but there are a couple that, and Kim is on, she can correct me, but if they have not made any payments, and I think we've got a couple that are 3 months past due, with no correspondence, that as of July 8th, I believe, we will be able to move forward with eviction. It will go through HATC approval, we'll send everything over to Carlos for review, and then Corey for the attorney, and then at that point in time, we'll move forward with eviction if they've still not made any contact with the office and they're still there.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, good morning. So, Alexander, we have 8 eviction hold-off agreements. We have 2 with no response, and we have one of the large balances of $4,000 moving out on July 15th.
And we're not putting them on the street there. Where are they going? If they haven't been paying us, where are they going? You don't know?
I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
it's,
I don't
resident,
know.
placed a notice to vacate, so they decided to move on their own.
Okay. Do we do anything about trying to collect that? Can we?
You mean subsequently?
Yes, after they
Yes.
leave.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
that resident, she has, I believe I know who the resident is. She's moved out and she has another apartment. I'm fairly certain she's housed.
Yeah,
And
I
the
would think so.
recording requirements are we would record it in the HUD secure systems. That is our only requirement in terms of recording a debt.
Yeah, correct. But prior to, I think we're still using the collection agency as well
Yes.
to help do that prior to reporting the debt.
Yeah, I'm just
think it's
concerned
3
that we're taking a loss and then we're passing it on
No, yeah.
to somebody.
If you recall, a few years ago, we talked about, we had procured a firm to help us with debt collection. So we're still utilizing them.
Okay.
Yeah. What we do is give a final 30-day notice at the end of a final account statement, right? Giving them 30 days to come by and either pay it off or come to a payment arrangement plan with us so that they can continue paying that debt off. Obviously, we'll be collecting that, but if there's not, then we'll move on to the next, which will be most likely the reporting agency, and they'll be able to help us collect that debt as well. Any other questions?
Is HATC one of the agencies that reports rent compliance on credit reports?
Rent compliance.
Rent compliance. So I've known there are certain landlords now that will basically put rent on your credit report as like a running line of credit, I guess.
For like monthly
Yeah,
payments.
yes.
Residents, we have that option, but residents have to sign up for it.
Okay.
So we can't just automatically report.
Make them
their
do,
payment.
okay.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Well, they do it when you late on your house note.
Yes, sir, they do.
That's automatic
Yeah.
and all that. That
We
score
encourage
goes
it,
down.
just so that it is, it helps
Rebuild.
build their credit and shows their timeliness of payments, but it's ultimately up to the resident to sign up.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Brings us to HATC TCFC finance reports. The next item on the agenda.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Should be very short. So the HATC and TCFC finance reports were emailed earlier in the week, and that was for period ending May 31st, and that is 5 months into the fiscal year. I really didn't have anything to highlight, except for one or two things that happened in June. We did get 1.3 million from the closing of NRP Cameron Road. Then we turned around and provided them with a $2 million loan to provide us with units, low 30% units.
That's correct,
Yeah.
yes.
So that closed in June. And as far as HATC programs goes, COC, of course, ended. The COC grant, of course, ended in June 30th. And as far as what's happening in finances, we are working with the MRI software vendor to do the financial conversion. That will happen probably in August or September. So that's about all I had. I can answer any questions from the finance reports if y'all have any.
I thought they were, as always, very clear and easy to read, so thank you for that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Just one quick one. I just want to remember, Patrick, maybe you know this answer. The 2 million loan
Yes,
for Cameron, that's to focus on the 30%, right?
that's correct.
Isn't it
30.
5% at 30?
The 30% units, not the number of units, the AMI, 30%
AMI is
units.
30%.
Wasn't it, sorry, I thought it was 5% of units at 30.
Yes, at 30% AMI, yes, yes.
Right.
Income, yeah, which equates to about 35 units, that's what I thought you were talking
Oh.
about. The number of units versus the income level.
So how many
That's
units,
correct.
I'm sorry? The 5% is 35? I forgot the total number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's
It was
about
30.
35.
Yeah,
So
okay.
typically in a tax credit development, you get typically somewhere between 0, right, Jolene, or 5%, typically, just because of, the way finances work. So We were requiring at least 10% at 30 if we're going to incentivize, these units. So that's essentially what we did.
Okay.
And the $2 million, was that them taking a loan on their tax credits to redevelop those 30% units? Or is the $2 million for subsidy for the 30% units?
The former.
Okay.
Right, so essentially
Redevelopment.
it's a soft second, I mean, for all
Okay,
intents and
yeah.
purposes. And they will pay that back at the sale of the property or at a rate, a certain rate, depending on if it's a hold, long-term hold. I mean, all these are in the evidentiary, but we get that money. So we get the money back in addition to obviously.
Some interest rate on it.
That is correct.
Right.
What's that,
low
around
interest.
5 or 6?
I think we have it at one, like, very low, like maybe
Okay.
1.6. But the funds do come back to us. So in theory, we're in making an investment, providing the availability of more 30% units, basically at no cost to us.
Yeah.
Because, the
Create
funds are
more
going to return
units
to
for
us.
30% AMI,
That's right.
which is the most needed, by the way.
It is the most needed
Yeah.
and the most challenging to actually
Finance.
underwrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And now we're getting an update on the HATC Foundation.
I feel like we're moving really fast.
Sometimes it works that way and sometimes it doesn't.
You don't have too many questions, that's what it is.
I have to get busy and have more questions.
Good morning again.
Morning.
And, okay, for the foundation and resident services, the 5 key areas of focus are the scholarship program. Again, Ms. Getty, thank you for agreeing to be in part of our committee. We're getting the last pieces needed to complete the packet for the scholarships. We have, I want to say 3, but for sure 2 individuals who I'm very hopeful they will be able to get the scholarship. The Shining Stars program, I just mailed out those certificates and gift cards for those students who were able to provide the report cards. And the Summer Meals program, that is a program that is at Eastern Oaks. It started on June 15th and it will run until August 3rd. And that is for the children who need a meal during the summer. So the food bank is delivering meals on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
And we are able to provide that to the children there at that property. The 4th thing is the rent assistance program, and that is what we just talked about earlier today. And the FSS program, Tiana Jones is our FSS coordinator, and she's doing a wonderful job enrolling more families into the program. We are currently at about 42 that are enrolled, and she has a goal of hopefully enrolling 60 by September. So she is, I'm very happy with Tiana's work and everything that she's done in 3 months. She's been here for 3 months now. So those are the 5 key areas of focus. Kevin, next slide, please.
I have a
Oh, yes.
super quick question. The Shining Stars program, I know that was technically a pilot that was funded with our fantastic partners, but I just wanted to know from your experience now that we've been in it for a while, roughly what percentage of of it is being utilized?
Sure. So the percentage, I don't have it at the top of my head, but we're starting off pretty small. I'm hoping once we're able to promote it, have better marketing materials, just better ideas on getting the word out there, that we'll be able to expand and have more parents that will be willing to submit their report cards. What I did on this last round, I just requested if your child didn't meet the AB honor roll or perfect attendance, if you can just send the report card, we will reward $10 just for them being in school, and just something small to get them to hopefully in the upcoming year. Just feeling encouraged. So it has started small, but I'm hoping we can get more students to receive those rewards.
Thank you.
Come back to the scholarship program.
Sure.
What's the likelihood for next year?
What's the likelihood for?
Yeah, for competing for the, either Prada or Narrows scholarships that they give.
I'm not sure. Right now, I am working with the residents who are applying for our HATC Foundation scholarship, and we do have two that I believe will be able to receive that scholarship. I can also connect them to those other ones, since they are showing that they do meet the requirements for our scholarship, so it's potentially they can meet the requirements for those other ones as well.
Well, I would encourage you, if those two come out, to at least submit to Prada or Narrows opportunity, because what did they give the last Prada did was $15,000-$20,000.
Yeah, I don't recall the actual number.
Pretty
That
substantial.
was not for just one student, so. One point I wanted to raise was that we've sort of changed the scholarship to be more of a evergreen. So essentially, at any point during the year, someone who feels worthy of the scholarship can apply. So that if there's a training, because a lot of the programs are not on a traditional like semester system. So I mean, if you wanted to be a cosmetologist, I think you can sign up, and there's classes that go on throughout the year, or similar kind of trades or whatever. So I think with that, we were hoping obviously encourage more participation on the part of the folks that we hope to get them involved, provide a scholarship to. So we shall see.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent idea.
It should be part of like the onboarding process, once we get that down, right? The
Certainly
benefits
could
of
be.
being a HATC resident.
Yeah, there you go.
Because especially with vocational education,
Mhm.
right? I didn't know the scholarship can go towards that too, so.
Yes, trades are very important. Have the next slide, please. Okay, so for the resident services, the ongoing programs, the farmers market, that's still going on at Maynardtown. It's very successful. The FSS program, we again are enrolling and increasing. We're now at 42 participants after submitting this report. Bus passes are so, the residents love having the bus passes available to them.
Great.
Which I have to go pick up an order today of those. An annual health fair, we had that at Summit Oaks, and it was really successful. We had 11 residents that showed up out of, we have 24 units there, so it was really wonderful to have them all engage with the community partners, and they received some really good information. Some of them left, and they were talking to their neighbor about using the fitness room together and just coming up with ways to becoming healthier. And we're going to have the health fairs at the other properties throughout the year. We're working on the scheduling, but we're also having a nutrition class at Summit Oaks, hopefully sometime this month, if not in August. And the Joy for Seniors program, that is at Maynardtown, and that's through our partnership with Artly World. Every Thursday from 1 to 2:30, two instructors go to the community room, and they are having art classes. It's a different art activity every week, and the residents are really enjoying that. Usually attendance is about 7 to 9 residents every week. And the scholarship program, again, I have 2 applications, and we will be reviewing those with the committee. The Shining Stars program just mailed out those certificates and those incentives for the end of the school year rewards. And again, the after-school meal program at Eastern Oaks started June 15th, and I am there Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to provide the meals for the children there. In the fall, we have the garden with our partnership with Prairie View A&M, and right now we are waiting for the fence to be installed. Carlos gave an update on that earlier in regards to the landscaping. The Girls Empowerment Network, they're a really wonderful organization, and we are hoping to have them come out to Alexander Oaks sometime in September to engage with the girls there. And lastly but not least, the rent assistance program that is currently in development. So, any questions?
It's a lot you're working on.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These are all wonderful programs.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Brings us to TCFC project status update.
Yeah, so this is an evolution here, but we realize that, we've got projects that are moving forward. No. Is that the one we put in? Okay. Huh? I thought there was another one that was easier to read. Okay. All right, so this is for illustrative purposes only, because we actually written, no, you can't read this. But I think we sent it in the did we give this in the, oops. We will be sending this to you here momentarily. Sorry about that. But this, just, you can't read it, but however, it's just to give you some idea of kind of where projects are. As you know, last year, in the previous year, we had a lot of projects that got started, but because of financing, they were somewhat delayed. However, things are picking up quite a bit. Just as anecdotally, I went to the city of BK, met with the city manager about the project that you all approved, because we have to enter into an interlocal agreement with that, or with the city there, and there seems to be they're a little bit on the fence, but we'll see how that goes. But we're going to probably meet with the city council on maybe July the 11th to help get the project over the hump. We have another project that is in the city of Austin, which requires also an interlocal agreement that will be coming to you all soon, and the HACA has agreed to give us that interlocal. So we'll be moving forward. You'll be seeing that project coming soon. But nonetheless, these are projects. We wanted to give you some idea of where projects were, and so I'll have all these send this to you after the meeting, because I realized we didn't put it in the packet. But
But it's also updated, like, one time you sent me, all our projects located on a map, and like, that was really useful to see them, like.
And the map still is active on the website, so we can send you the link to as well to show you that. So those do correspond with these, although the projects but those are only the projects that have completed, obviously. But so the projects that are under construction or in the formative stages, you wouldn't be seeing those. So this is a little more comprehensive in that regard. So that's what this is. But as I shared, there's been a lot of interest recently in projects. As you know, the last project you approved was an acquisition, which is what we're hearing about a little bit more so, because, and Jolene can attest to this, that there's opportunities there with acquisition that didn't otherwise present itself maybe with new construction. So we are seeing more interest on part there, but those folks are more interested in another vehicle like the equitable title that you saw last month versus the workforce housing Chapter 303 deals, which is a little bit harder to meet the requirements. It's not as attractive as a tool. So, but here's our list, and again, we would continue to move forward with projects.
Thank you.
Any questions about that?
So when everything is said and done, how many units are we gonna, if every project you're working on right now gets approved and moves forward, at the end of the term, how many units will TCFC have?
We'll have to add that up for you. To be honest with you, I'm not sure right at the moment. And So I think what we're probably gonna do is those projects that have moved forward with getting their entitlements already, because the inducement is just the first part. Sometimes they never come to fruition. So we a little reluctant by saying that number, but I mean, if we'll share that information with you as far as the proposed number of units that if they were all coming to fruition, what that would look like in terms of numbers. But we're talking about at least 3,000 to 4,000 for sure.
Wow.
I think it would be wonderful to have that number tiered as like
Yeah.
steps, like completed, under construction,
Yeah.
so we can kind of
In
like.
Yeah,
negotiation.
we will do that. So we will modify this slightly, and we'll add the number of units proposed. And if you like, if we can split up between the affordable and the market, obviously, because in most cases, those are, 50% market.
And the investment, that would be a great column too. So I want to see the investment that we're putting in versus the units.
So there's only one, the
Okay.
2 million, so we'll show that for Cameron. Other than that, we're pretty much risk averse, risk-free as it relates to investment. But we will make a note for that one, so we can do that.
Got it. Thank you.
So maybe you won't get it today, you might get it another day, but
Don't worry.
soon. We're just gonna work. Make sure we get all the information. But yeah, things are looking up.
Got it. And so this never goes into the HATC numbers, right? This is TCFC's numbers. Because it's never going to be part of the 174. Yeah, got it.
Although they can, all of them accept vouchers, so we feel like, we have some there's other motivations for having more housing that are available to us as far as housing choice, but not in the number.
Anything else on that? Thank you. And now, we're going to hear about the program calendar of events.
Yeah, so I decided to sort of try to make some efforts to sort of help you understand, like, just overall what's happening with the organization as far as key events. So we've included a calendar, and we'll do this every month, of things that are happening.
And this was in the packet, thank you.
And this was in the packet.
Yeah.
Was it in the packet?
It was.
So of note, obviously today is the third, the board meeting. 1 week from,
Yes.
8 days from today,
It's the
we will be
Thursday.
engaging in a leadership retreat, which I'm excited about. Staff had the benefit of engaging with the facilitators earlier this year, so this should be a good time. And then we have some of the other activities that are going on, but our intent is to have this every month. If you go to the next slide, one thing I wanted to sort of highlight also was, so the PHA plan that Christina talked about is an annual plan, but this kind of give you some idea of kind of where we are. We're finalizing the plan, and then we will have a public comment period. You all will ideally approve that plan, and that has to be 75 days before the end of the fiscal year, which is December 31st. So in October, you will see the final plan before it's submitted, and approve that ideally, and then we'll submit that to HUD as required. Any questions about this calendar?
We still have next week on the calendar.
Yes, next Friday.
Highlight.
you
You need to highlight that, my friend.
No, I said it. I said it a minute ago. I said I was excited. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Next week's meeting. I think everyone else heard about Mr. Roberts, right?
Well, I saw
sorry.
it, but.
That's all right. I'm thinking about other things. But next week, yes, we will have the meeting. We'll be here. Facilitator will be online. And I think all of you all got your strength finders done. So, well, maybe with the exception. So we're working on that. But it'll be a good discussion. I'm interested in finding out what your strengths are as well. So I haven't seen those.
It was a fun report.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So next Friday. Any other questions? Okay.
That brings us to board reports. Start with Executive Committee. We have the retreat coming up next week. Nothing really else to report from a organizational level. Real Estate Committee.
There's no update.
Governance Committee
Nothing,
and HR Committee.
nothing.
So we were thinking maybe to put on the, as an ad hoc, we might add the tenant protections as like an ongoing, like, subcommittee. Since we have Ms. Fareed involved, to be appropriate to reflect it in, as an ad hoc committee.
I couldn't
that's
agree
fine.
more, and if
Okay.
we can add it to the agenda in future
Okay.
meetings, then you can provide us all with an update. I think
Perfect.
that that'll be really valuable. Is there any reason today to go into executive session? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
First.
Second.
Heard. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned at 10:29. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Amazing.